Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. Sorry for the little bit of reverb on the voice. I don't know why there's reverb, but it's there and I can't get rid of it. But I will talk about how I created this last video with a few of the instruments. So real quick, the instruments that I used were the tinkatong. This is the A minor tinkatong that I believe is here, right on that channel. And I have a 5-track mixer here, or looper. So I was just kind of putting one instrument per track, but I could layer them on one track. But this is not a looper lesson, so we can do that some other time. But this is the A tinkatong. I just played like an 8-beat phrase. And then I added some shaker. And I have this kind of multiple egg shaker. I guess that's a lucky 7 egg shaker. This one is an egg shaker that's kind of glued together with some hot glue or some sort of glue. You could make one of these. I bought this a while ago. Some of you have asked me where I got this, and I actually bought it from an individual who got them from some other maker, and I don't know where you can get these now. But you could make one of these, not hard. And then we added the bongos, of course, and we all know about bongos. This is just a standard set of bongos, and I was just improvising a rhythm, nothing in particular, but trying to play, something kind of steady but also syncopated and a little bit interesting, so not super repetitive. And then I added this drum, which is a tank drum. This is a Idiopan brand A minor tank drum. Just kind of adding what we might call a color sound. This wasn't so much of an ostinato instrument. It's just more of an instrument there for adding a little bit of different timbre, a little bit different flavor, so intermixed. Almost like you might use a kalimba or something for that. And then, of course, the last track was the native flute. And this is an A flute, A minor, 6-hole Native American style flute. I just got this last summer. And I will leave the links to, I'll leave the link to this and the instruments that I do know the links to in the comments below this video. The flute was an improvised melody, right, over the top of the bed rhythm. So a little bit about when you're creating a bed of rhythm. Let's look at the tinkatong and the shaker together, or listen to that right now. And hopefully you can hear me over the instruments. So when you put together a rhythm track, of course, you want to have something super steady. And that's really what I was using the shaker for in this case. Also, the tinkatong, pretty consistent. I wasn't doing a lot of variation there, just some different pitches, trying to mix it up. But that's also basically a pentatonic instrument, which means all the notes sort of can go together. I didn't have to think about chord changes or anything like that. So that's providing the main foundation. And then when I added the bongos, I was really trying to, I would say, accentuate the steady ostinato in the shaker and the tinkatong, but also add a little bit of variation in there. So that's sort of bridging, over into more of that improvised jam feel, right? And then adding the tank drum, right? So even more kind of sporadic, which it reinforces the rhythm, but these two together break up the monotony as well. So that's the point I wanted to make, is that we've got everything from the shaker, which is super steady. We've got a couple kind of more foundational instruments, right? Not as steady. And then we've got the tank drum, which is adding this sort of, intermittent sort of color, splashes of sound and color. And then I played the flute solo, but then what I did is I created this more of a rhythmic component, right? So if we listen to that with the shaker, The flute in this roll is almost similar to this instrument, right? So it's there to keep kind of pushing and walking the rhythm forward, nudging it forward, but without filling up a lot of space. So I hope that makes sense for everybody. I hope that works for the music. I think it worked pretty well. And by the way, I'm using a Boss RC505 loop station, which allows me to mix all of the sounds together. So like once it's recorded, I can mix all the levels. All right. I hope you've been able to hear my voice this whole time. I'm not quite sure, as I'm not monitoring the audio onto the recorder, but I hope that worked and you could hear me the whole time. If not, I'm going to reshoot this video. But that's the breakdown of this A minor flute jam with bongos, tinkatong, the idiopan, small A minor tank drum, shaker, and Native American style flute. All right. Thanks so much for being a patron. This is another patron-only video for the World Drum Club YouTube channel. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys soon.